Today I want to talk about fashion company. A certain fashion company called SHEIN, pronounced like she inside, and this clothing company is an online clothing company who sell their clothes for cheap prices, and yeah. And they are currently a major contributor to a lot of females, especially a younger generation, to buy a whole bunch of clothes that they don't need. Because this is the problem with some women, they do it all the time. They don't care who made it, it's all about the latest trends. So guess what? There's some things I want to reveal about and there's the big one. So of course, many clothes clothing companies that have their made in where countries where their labor is really cheap, and sometimes even they use kids, child labor. So this is like countries in like Vietnam, India, Bangladesh, Indonesia, and China, and yeah. And of course, some people they buy a whole bunch of you can go on a crazy shopping spree online and order a whole bunch of clothes they don't want. Yeah, and some if they don't, it doesn't fit. You know, if they don't want it anymore, they just throw away, and instead of actually donating it to the Salvation Army or a Goodwill or even bins where at certain clothing stores where it can be handed over to places where they people who are less fortunate can buy the clothing for a cheap price. Actually, pre-worn clothes that people don't need anymore, and they think maybe that other people can wear this instead. Not my thing anymore. Well, with Shein, it's a bit different. So their operation is in China, and of course, it's labor work. People do get paid, but with Shein, it's different. They barely even pay the people who work for that company. They need to making the clothes. So and they work in terrible work conditions. And yeah, it's really hard, well, worse than compared to other clothing companies that have labor work. Because all they care about is just the clothes are made. We can just sell them for cheap prices. The people who buy these are happy about it, or And to be honest, a lot of and their products and their clothing is a lot of almost 99% female, uh, aimed at for the younger generation, and a lot of who like to shop or clothes or obsessed with the latest fashion trends. And many people that have talked to so meaning females, because this is a yeah apparently a female targeted and yeah. So a couple of people said yeah pointed out the fact that though SHEIN is also clothing company is also stealing ideas from people, which is not cool. And also some people have also pointed out child labor, which yeah they also use child labor and also there was some footage released that even some Chinese people live there's some secrets about it and yeah. And there was some people interviewing some Europeans about do you shop from Shein and then they bought some from it and and to the annoyance people these women who are like unaware to the fact that yeah what's actually happening is they're just like buying oh this is a cheap price I can get this for this this a low amount of dollars or this many euros. Yet what they don't realize is that well, well they should have brains to think that who is actually making these and how what kind of work conditions are they working under and it's unfair that you know these people who are working in labor for to make these super cheap some rip-off designs and yeah and also major contributor clothes for a online clothing company that yeah is that yeah they don't care about the workers uh, they just wanted to get done and of course fast fashion is not a good thing and yeah it's obviously not and yet some people still don't realize it and they should realize so if you're going to buy clothes because you know to the fact that some people yeah, are just uselessly buying things that they don't actually yeah they're like buy this because it's the latest thing and then when it's not the latest thing they just I want to buy this new thing new hot topic. There's also a think about who made it and what and also think about how if when they're like throwing out clothing and not instead of just giving it to Goodwill or Salvation Army or you know other clothing donations you know so people can people who have a lack of clothing and because they couldn't afford it, like regular clothes, not the not that expensive stuff. They could have a chance to wear clothes. So also the main problems SHEIN is causing is mass contribution to fast fashion, not paying their workers barely, not having workers work under a contract, child labor, having workers work in a dangerous condition, and also they only care about how much money they're actually how popular they are getting. So if you are like a female, don't buy from SHEIN unless if you realize that they don't care about their workers. They don't care about their work, about paying them much that they actually do deserve. They are having working them working in terrible work conditions, and also they are also contributing to more bad things and the clothes that they're just like throwing away because increasing stuff and that end up being added on into the landfill, and that's not what should be happening. So don't buy from SHEIN if you don't want don't buy useless like clothes that you because they're the latest thing, or only buy them because you think I think I might need this and I could use it for a continuous amount of times, and until maybe it gets worn out or other things. And also, if you're don't want to wear a certain piece of clothing, as long as it's not underwear or anything, or lingerie, or you can hand it over to donate it to Goodwill or Salvation Army or other or even put it in bins at clothing stores where they can send it over to places where you can where the less fortunate can buy these clothes. And it's just unfortunate that this younger generation doesn't realize this any sooner, and and you should really know, just because it's the latest thing, think about how you think about it, and maybe you want something else that isn't a latest thing, but always think about the quality of a thing, and just because it's the trending doesn't mean it's good. And this applies to not just clothing, but anything else. So yeah, please keep that in mind always. Don't shop from SHEIN if you're a female, and if you're male, or don't buy things from SHEIN for any any females in your family or friends, 'cause you gotta think smart. Remember what the things I have mentioned. I'll put the like keynotes that they're not they barely care about the workers. They don't pay their workers barely, and they terrible work conditions and contribution to more waste in the landfills, and more fast fashion, which is obviously a negative. Even with men's fashion, yes, that is also a thing. So yeah. So guys, also think about how also that's also bad too. Don't shop from SHEIN.